Who knows? Anyway, yes, a book club, essentially. You know how that works, surely. Surely you don't need me to explain it. Well, maybe you do, actually. So the idea is I do a broadcast, possibly every 2 weeks, possibly every month. And we choose a book to read. Let's turn that down a little bit so it's not too loud. We choose a book to read. Collectively, we come to a decision what book we would all like to read, or many of us would like to read, and then we read that book, and at the end of the 2 weeks or a month, whatever, we discuss it. We come back into a broadcast, having read it, and discuss it. Simple as that, except we might have some guests coming in as well. If you can do a bit dull. Let's see if I can brighten you a little bit. What is the book? Good question. Let's brighten you. That's better. Hello, Jules. When will I receive our books in the post? When you order them. So I put out a survey. You can see it at the top of the comments, wherever it is. You can see it at the top of the comments. You're the last man on Twitter, Chris Rossetti. I don't think you were quite last, but yeah. So I put out a Google form asking you to answer a few questions, suggest some books, and answer some questions about what you enjoy reading, what you'd like me to read, etc. And you can still do that, by the way. It's still at the top, but I'll type it in here again anyway. What is your book club called? Do you have a nickname for us? A nickname, I don't know. No, that's not it. That's YouTube. I thought I copied that a minute ago. In fact, I'm sure I did. Copy that. Copy and paste. That should be it. Right, so it's that. You should be able to click onto that. You might need to click onto the comment first and then click onto the link to get there, but you can do that. Also, incidentally, before I show you what book it is, I've also got some beer to drink, which looks nice. Raspberry Crush. I shan't baptize the book, I don't think. Well, what do you think the book club should be called? Monday Night Book Club. I thought if it's going to be once every month, then I thought the last Monday in every month would be reasonable. Possibly. But what do you think it should be called? Monday Night Book Club is it's a possibility. Oh, look at that. My. Hello, Tim Beers. Just subscribed. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think it should be called? Is Monday Night Book Club acceptable? I mean, is it going to be Monday night? Ooh, that's nice. It's not a strong raspberry flavor, but it's nice. Monday Night Book Club. Yeah, I mean, it sounds all right to me. Well, Grace. Chris, definitely not the last person on Twitter. You missed the phone call, do you? Well, Thursday night should be in the phone box. How to pour beer, small volume but popular. It is small volume, but it's popular with me. Yeah. Hello, Reda. So, shall I reveal the first book? It was one of the suggestions. I think it might have been the first suggestion to come in, actually, for on the forum, different books. No sound on Twitter Live. Should be. I think other people are getting sound. Hang on. Reply might just be you. I don't know if Rich will actually see that, and I don't have sign language, unfortunately. Leave and re-enter. Yes. Okay. You have it. Good. Good. I'm not sure if Richard can see my reply on Twitter, but if he still has problems when he comes back, then tell him it's just him. If somebody on Twitter would do that. So yes, one of the first suggestions that came in, what book it should be, was, okay, thank you, Rada. It is The Night Manager by John le Carré. So that's going to be our first one. Yes, The Night Manager by John le Carré. Where are you? There. Read the blurb. Yes, I shall. There it is on the back. It says, better, Richard, better. Headphones plugged into iPad. Brilliant. A marvelously observed, relentless tale, according to the Observer. At the start of it all, Jonathan Pine is merely the night manager at a luxury hotel. But when a single attempt to pass on information to the British authorities about an international businessman at the hotel with suspicious dealings backfires terribly, and people close to Pine begin to die, he commits himself to a battle against powerful forces he cannot begin to imagine. Favorite author? In a chilling tale of corrupt influence agencies, corrupt intelligence agencies, billion-dollar price tags, and the truth of the brutal arms trade, John le Carré creates a claustrophobic world in which no one can be trusted. Complex and intense, page-turning tension, according to the San Francisco Chronicle. So, unlike my ordinary book readings, like Moby Dick and so on, this is in copyright, so I can't read the whole thing. But what I can do is I can read extracts of it for criticism and review purposes. A bit like Bond. Yeah, well, le Carré, he's very much a spy author. He goes right back to, he's been writing for at least 40 years, I'm sure. Was writing for at least 40 years. And yeah, a lot of spy novels, like TV series. Well, I've not seen the TV series either. All the twists and turns. But yeah, he passed away. That's right, Margaret. He passed away last year, I think it was. But yes, he wrote lots and lots of spy novels. You might have heard of George Smiley, for example, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Yeah, lots and lots of different spy novels, and this was one that was suggested, and I honestly have never read any John le Carré, but I understand it is excellent, and he's a very, very popular and very well respected author. Haven't seen the TV series either, but yeah. So there we are. John le Carré, The Night Manager. It's about 650 pages. Sorry, 450 pages. If we leave it a month, so if we give it a month, then over 30 days, that's about 15 pages a day. I'm pretty sure that most people would be able to read 15 pages a day. Delivered to your personal library. Yeah. So what I suggest, yes, it's not. That's right. It's not the gadgets and the glamorous spies and so on like Bond. It's a bit more serious, I believe. Tom Hiddleston was the Night Manager. That's right. It was on BBC here, I believe. Yes, I suggest what you might like to do is you might like to borrow this from your local library, if it's currently open. I hope it is. you know, that's a good idea to do that. Normally you get about a month or so to read something, to borrow something at the library. And I'm sure they would be delighted to loan you a book. So you don't have to buy one of these books to read it. I'll try to make sure that most of them are available in most libraries, and I know here locally they'll try to get a book for you if you request it and if you don't have it. Dad went through his books so fast, I used to ask him if he only read every other page, because I'd already read some of them and bought them again. I know he's very, very popular among some people. You know, some people are absolutely devoted to him. So that's the first book. I will try to do a broad range of different kinds of books, not just contemporary fiction like this, but I want to do non-fiction as well, biographies, autobiographies, interesting books about all sorts of subjects, as well as fiction, and yeah, all sorts of different fiction as well. So I put again in my my Google form, I kind of asked you what genres of books you're interested in, as well as particular ones to suggest. So I've got a decent number of suggestions, definitely, but do suggest more. We'll, you know, if more than one person is suggesting the same book or the same kind of book, we'll try to get to that. So at the moment, I don't want to influence you too much about, you know, what other people have suggested, but this is certainly one of them. He knew how to get the best out of his plots. Yeah, I believe Richard. I believe that's very much a hallmark of Le Carre, the plots. Yeah. So yeah, let me know what kinds of books you're interested in, or specific books, and also how you want this to work. Greek classics. Do you want the Odyssey or something like that? I mean, as I said, my other books that I'm reading are out of copyright, so you know, Greek classics, etc., would be out of copyright. So I would, at least for the moment, I think I want to use the opportunity to have books which are in copyright. So I won't, as I say, I won't read the whole thing on camera, but I'm allowed to read extracts of it. I did inquire with the HAPS hierarchy, and they agreed that extracts for the purposes of criticism and review are absolutely fine, which is what we're going to be doing. You know, I'll tell you what I think. You can tell me what you think as well. And what we might do is we might have guests coming on, video guests coming on. So if you're watching on Twitter or Periscope or YouTube, and if you would like to be a video guest, make sure you have HAPS as well. Download the HAPS app from your friendly local app supplier, and then you can come on as a guest and review it with me, or read extracts as well. I'm thinking possibly if there's something with a lot of dialogue, look, Craig, if there's a lot of dialogue, I might get a guest to read with me as well. That might be quite interesting. Or even if there was a play, you know, a bit of Shakespeare or something, that might be interesting to do, have a guest coming on and reading with me, or several guests. So, Le Carre worked for MI6. Supposedly he did, yes. Supposedly so, yeah. MI6 still haven't sorted out your login problems. Have you emailed Pablo or Peter about that and asked them to help? Have you done that? What was I going to say then? Oh yes, MI6, for those of you who don't know, MI6 is the foreign security service of the British state. So James Bond would work for MI6, for example. There's MI5, which is the internal security, and MI6 is foreign security, essentially. Yeah, and apparently John le Carré, which isn't his real name, wasn't his real name, worked for MI6. They were working on it. Okay. Send them another email and ask them how they're getting on with it. So this is really nice, this beer. This Raspberry Crush, it's really good. What is it, 4.8% fruit beer? It says hot sun, sweet berries. That there is a 4-word summary of one of life's finest pleasures. Available for the first time in cans, Raspberry Crush is a celebration of the sweet, tart Scottish raspberry. Their sherbety tang makes for the most refreshing fruit beer and the undisputed feel-good hit of the summer. Yeah, 2.1 units, product of Scotland. Not vegan. Nice though. Hello, Peter. I was just talking about you. They were working on it. Yes, you may receive an email from Richard. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? Such an interesting color. So, Peter, have you read any John le Carré? This is The Night Manager by John le Carré. So this is going to be our first book in the Monday Night Book Club. So we're going to read it probably over the month, and then we'll come back and we'll discuss what we read. Called MI6 officers the Circus because they were at Cambridge Circus. Do you mean Oxford Circus? Okay, interesting. Cambridge Circus. But of course, they recruited from Cambridge a lot, didn't they? Cambridge and Oxford, the universities. And thanks for the award, by the way, Peter. Yeah, this is really nice. This is a very pleasant beer. It's not strong raspberry, but you can definitely taste it. Taste all of the raspberry, if you get what I mean. It's not nearly as strong as the raspberry I ate when I was out on the hills this afternoon. But it's good. And it should be Scottish raspberries because they're the best by far. So any suggestions as to how this should work? Anything that you'd like to suggest? Any alterations you'd like to make? Close to Covent Garden. Oh, okay. I don't know London very well, to be honest, Richard. You will know it better, I'm sure, living there. But no, I'm not very familiar with. I've not done the knowledge, shall I say? But yeah, is there any way you'd like to alter my plans for the Monday Book Club? Is there anything you'd like to change? Anything you'd like to add? Anything you're not interested in? Any other books you want to suggest? Use the form again. Let me copy that once more and paste in there. So there's the Google Docs form, Google Forms document for you to make your suggestions if you want to do them anonymously. Anonymously, it's only 4%. The Epicus file had the offices at Cambridge Circus. Okay, I believe you. I don't disbelieve you at all. Yeah, it's only 4% though. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's very drinkable though. Very drinkable. Is it on my Twitter? I think it is as well. Yes, I think it is. Link to audiobook version. Or I could link to the book on Waterstones or Amazon or something like that. But as I say though, frequent your local library. Because I don't want anybody, hello Happy, I don't want anyone to feel as if they need to go and buy a book to participate in this. The library is always there, I hope. And they should be able to get that for you. Will I be checking in once a week? Probably not. Well, I might do. I might remind people. I mean, I will no doubt remind people about this on all of my other broadcasts throughout the month. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to do a particular, how are you getting on reading this month at week 2 sort of thing. So like once a month, and what you'll do a review. Yeah, well, we can all do a review. We'll all discuss what we've read. We'll all discuss the book for that month, and yes, at the end of the month, hopefully we'll all have read it, or those of us who wish to read it, and yeah, we'll be able to discuss what we think. Nobody really knows, though. I twice encountered some sort of secret service officers as a surveyor. Ooh, interesting. Will there be a prize? I can't see how it would be competitive. There won't be a test, no. Will there be a prize? I don't think so. What if you read it in a day? Very possible. If you read it in a day, that's fine. But like I say, though, if 450 pages, 30 days, it's only about 15 pages a day. That's very easy to do. Peter, if you want to come on, at the end of the month, or if anybody else does, like I say, if you read The Night Manager and you want to review it, along with me and anyone else, then all you need to do is read the book. I'm sure we would tell if you haven't read the whole thing. I'm sure we would know if you only watched the television adaptation, but I won't say. You'll give your opinions, all right? Okay. So, are you committing to actually reading this then, Doe? Are you committing to reading The Night Manager? I think if somebody comes on video, I think that would weight their opinions when it comes to choosing something else. Shall we put it like that? Had a tiger on the cover, all about yes. This was a great book. Had a tiger on the cover, all about a spy. I'd want something slightly more in-depth than that. Yeah. So if somebody does a video guest, when you start as soon as you like, Tonya. So this month's book is The Night Manager, John le Carré. You have all month to read it. I think we'll do it. We'll do it once a month, last Monday of the month. So get yourself a copy of The Night Manager. Use your local library if you wish to, and we will collectively review it at the end of August, last Monday in August. And yeah, like I say, if somebody does, do a video review, come on here and be a guest to review it, then they would. I'm not saying they would definitely get to choose next week, but next time, but their opinions would be very much taken into account. You lost your library cards. You might just Amazon. Okay. Other bookshops are available, of course. Libraries, local bookshops, if you have a good local bookshop, use them if you can. Yeah, independent bookshops. Amazon if you insist. Yeah. Any other questions, issues, comments, suggestions? What do you reckon? Those of you who are coming in late, find the link in the comments, or it's on my Twitter as well. Find the link to the Google Forms and fill out the short survey. How long until I'm totally sozzled? I think I'm okay at the moment. I think I'm all right. I've never had pink beer before. It's definitely new to me. Maybe this should be St. Valentine's Day beer. Will there be a telephone quiz on it? Ooh, maybe. There might be the occasional question on my phone box quiz. You never know. You never know. And as I say, I'll probably be reminding people to read The Night Manager over the course of my normal monthly broadcasts. Anything else? Anything else you want to know? But obviously, my normal reading on a Thursday afternoon that continues. That continues. Moby Dick at the moment in the Cloud House Cafe every Thursday afternoon. And before I forget, I'll be at the Potting Shed tomorrow morning. Oh, that reminds me. I have to remind myself. Will we determine each month's book, or do we decide as a group? I have the ultimate decision, but we'll come to a collective decision. I mean, I have vetoes on the matter, and I will get to decide. But I would like it to be a group decision. So we won't. I'll read bits of it. I'll be able to read short extracts for illustrative purposes. I'm allowed to read a copyrighted book for review and criticism purposes, and that's the point of this. So that's okay. But I certainly won't be reading out loud on camera the whole thing. Yeah. Incidentally, if there's any authors, I know there are some actually. There are some authors on Haps or Twitter or Periscope or YouTube. If they care to submit a book for my approval, we could do that at some point. I'm not about Paul Johnson's Modern Times. Don't know that. Don't know it. Yes, if somebody wishes to ask me to use their book as one of the books of the month, not sure you'd be interested in my books. Your books. What books would those be? But yeah, well, like I say though, I want a broad range of different History of Transport by Doe Darling. History of Transport. Wow. Is it a classic? Yeah, I mean, if you've written a book, let me know. And like I say, I do want a broad range of different things. It's not just going to be contemporary fiction like The Night Manager, not just dramatic fiction. But I'm happy with everything. And I think at the moment, we'll see how it goes. Excuse me. But at the moment, we'll do once a month, last Monday of every month. We might switch to once every 2 weeks. So far on my form, Grandma's Romance. No, yes, you could do that actually, couldn't you? They're all in German, but so you can see there. If you can see that pie chart there. So this is from my forms. Ooh, was that flashing? Did you see? Ah, look. Interesting. That's the kind of the LiDAR there, I think. No, other side there. I guess that's the kind of the LiDAR. Okay. You rewrote Macbeth, so you can read that to get around the copyright. I think Shakespeare died more than 75 years ago. I think it's out of copyright now. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, anyway, the once a week and once a month are 37.5% each. And once every 2 weeks, the red one is 20%. So it's either once a week or once a month, or yeah, well, unless people change that. Might be still online somewhere. Yeah, and that one there, that pie chart, more data. 50% of people say they might want guest reviewers or readers. 37.5% say yes, and 12.5% say no. Once a week, yeah. I don't want to. I think once a week would probably be a little bit too much, to be honest. I think once a fortnight or once a month. I think. It's an anonymous form. I mean, I could read them all out, but I shan't. Nobody yet in the suggestions. Nobody yet has mentioned. No two people have mentioned the same book yet. But there's one or two which are pretty similar. Yeah, some are quite similar, so we might look at those. Anyway, will that do? We've been on for about half an hour. Is that enough? Is that enough for the first week? First month, first edition of Monday Night Book Club. Do we all know what we're doing? Do we all get the idea? Are we all happy? Is that acceptable? Is that okay? Off to work. Okay. Tonya, incidentally, Tonya also reads books. She's been reading, for example, on Haps, for example, she was reading War of the Worlds. What time am I looking at? What now? It's 9:30 for me. Yeah, she was reading War of the Worlds. She was reading Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea at the moment, yes. So if you're interested in books, novels, fiction, follow Tonya. Do you get eliminated? No, you don't. Hang on. So depending when our book arrives, depending when we can start, also what happens if we don't finish in time, a month should be enough, I would say, to get a hold of a book and read it. So what time? Probably 9 o'clock last Monday of the month. That's what I've got in mind at the moment anyway. So 9 o'clock my time, which is now minus half an hour. Last Sunday of each month, probably. Hello, Gary. It's starting to get dark in here, which is why the picture quality is degrading. And I think since I'm about to finish my beer, which was very nice, I reckon 9 out of 10 here, actually. It's really nice. Yeah. So that's Tempest's Raspberry Crush. I know it's really good. Think of those people that read one page and fall asleep. Yeah, Android, okay. But like I say, though, if it's one a month and this is 450 pages, that's only 15 pages a day. That's not too bad. Who's banging? I can't say. All right. I think that'll do for the moment then. So like I say, I'll remind you of this throughout the month, but I will see you all end of August, last Monday of August. Do you have Gemma and Med in there? No. Yes. Enjoy The Night Manager by John le Carre. There it is. Where are we? It's meant to be pink. All right. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your awards, Peter, and anyone else. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for coming in here. And I will see you all tomorrow morning in the cafe for a bit of sketching or next time for the Night Manager. Cheerio, everyone. Have a nice evening or day.